Never underestimate the courage it takes to face life while feeling broken. It is easy to show up when things are smooth, but the ones who keep showing up when everything feels like it is falling apart, they are the quiet champions. They might not get recognition, they might not be celebrated, but heaven sees them, and their future self will thank them. Because showing up broken teaches you lessons wholeness never could. It reveals the strength of your spirit, the depth of your resilience, and the truth of your identity. You stop waiting for ideal conditions. You stop waiting for the pain to end. You say, "This is who I am right now, and I'm showing up anyway." That is freedom. That is healing. That is transformation. You are not disqualified by your brokenness. You are being shaped by it. The cracks in your soul are not signs of failure. They are the places where the light gets in, where grace enters, where empathy is born. Because the ones who have tasted sorrow, who have walked through pain and disappointment, they are the ones who carry wisdom. They lead with compassion. They connect on a deeper level. So do not hide your brokenness. Do not wait to be perfect before you live fully. The world does not need more filters or masks. It needs your truth, your courage, your story. Being broken does not mean the end. It means you are alive. It means your story is still unfolding, filled with fire, determination, and unshakable spirit. You have cried through nights no one saw. You have made it through days you thought would break you. And yet, here you are. Maybe tired, maybe scarred, maybe uncertain, but still here. That matters more than you know. That is evidence of your strength. And even if you feel like there is nothing left in you, even if each breath feels heavy, keep going. One moment at a time, one step at a time. Show up for your healing, for your future, for the story that is still being written with your name on it. You do not need to sprint. You do not need to run. Just keep moving. Crawl if you must. Whisper if you cannot speak. But do not stop. Every step you take while broken becomes a monument to your strength. There will be people who do not understand. People who ask why you are still trying, still believing, still pushing forward after all you've been through. Let them ask. They are not built like you. They do not carry your vision. They have not heard your prayers. They do not know what still burns in your chest. So do not wait for their approval. Do not look for their permission. Keep showing up with your pain, with your hope, with your relentless drive. Because that persistence will turn into breakthrough. That pain will become purpose. That brokenness will become testimony. And the world will witness what was being built in the fire all along. You are being reshaped, refined, and renewed through every tear, every battle, every sleepless night. As painful as it feels, this breaking is not the end. It is the beginning of a deeper, stronger, freer version of you. One who is not driven by other people's opinions. One who has nothing to prove and everything to live for. One who walks with quiet confidence because they have been tested by life and have chosen to rise. That version of you is on the way. And the only way to meet them is to keep showing up, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. The ones who rise while still healing are not just survivors. They are lights in the dark, so keep going. Because your breakthrough will not come from perfection. It will be born through your persistence. There will be times when life feels like it is collapsing all at once. The sky grows dark, the winds rage, and nothing beneath your feet feels steady. That is the storm. And most people wait it out. They pause their lives, hide from the chaos, and hope that things will clear before they move forward again. But let me ask you something honest. What if the storm does not pass quickly? What if the rain keeps coming? What if the winds do not calm? You cannot afford to sit on the sidelines of your life waiting for calm before you begin. You cannot wait for the storm to end before you take your next step. Growth doesn't happen when everything is calm. It begins in the middle of chaos. It is built under pressure. It is shaped in the storm. That pain you feel, that fear surrounding you, it is not your enemy. It is your teacher. The storm is trying to introduce you to a version of yourself you have not met yet. But you will never meet that version if you stay stuck, frozen, waiting for comfort before you take the next step. You have to grow in it, not after it, not around it, right in the thick of it. Every strong tree has one thing in common: it survived storms. The roots went deep because they had to. The bark grew thick because it needed protection. The branches still reached toward the sky even after the winds tried to tear them down. That's you. You are that tree. This storm you're facing isn't here to break you. It's here to deepen you. Strength is not built by running from the battle. It grows when you stay in it. Resilience doesn't come from waiting for the pain to stop. It comes from standing tall while it still hurts. Wisdom isn't gained by avoiding failure. It's earned every time you rise again. So stop waiting for the storm to pass. Stop waiting for the timing to feel perfect. Stop waiting for the world to calm down before you chase what is burning in your heart. Life won't hand you perfect conditions. You have to claim your next level anyway. Dig deep even when the winds are howling. Understand that pressure is not punishment. It is preparation. Diamonds form under pressure. Steel is made in fire. And character is forged in storms. You may be asking why now, why this, and the answers might feel unclear in the chaos. But later, when you look back, you'll see that storm taught you to pray with more focus, to love more fully, to fight with more wisdom, to appreciate peace more deeply, and to walk away from what was no longer serving you. Storms reveal. They show you what was weak. They tear down what wasn't built to last. But they also water the seeds you've planted. They refresh the soil. They bring new life. And in this moment, you are not being buried. You are being planted. The people who rise highest in life are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who learned to walk through fire and came out with their soul intact. They took every storm and let it grow their faith, sharpen their discipline, and deepen their roots. You cannot become who you were meant to be without struggle. And even if no one sees your effort right now, even if no one recognizes your fight, it does not matter. You do not need applause to grow. You need focus. You need persistence. You need the courage to keep building when it is raining, to keep planting seeds in the mud, to keep trusting that what feels like chaos today is creating strength for tomorrow. That is where true leaders are born, not in peace, but in pressure. It is easy to have faith when everything feels right. It is simple to feel motivated when life is easy. But the kind of faith that shifts your future is formed in storms. When everything tells you to quit, but you don't. When it makes no sense to keep moving, but you do. When your heart feels heavy, your mind feels tired, but you keep rising. That is real power. That is purpose. That is proof that you are not just chasing dreams. You are walking in destiny. The storm does not cancel your calling. It confirms it. It tests your readiness. It strips away what cannot come with you into your next chapter. So stop asking for the storm to leave. Start asking for the strength to grow through it. Let it mold you. Let it refine you. Let it shape you into the warrior you were created to be. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of this storm. A version who walks with calm authority. A version who no longer shrinks back, who is no longer afraid of rejection, who no longer questions their worth. That version of you doesn't come from waiting in comfort. That version is born when you stare down the storm and say you chose the wrong one. That version arrives when you stop asking why and start asking what now. So don't waste this season. Don't ignore the lessons it holds. Don't run from the discomfort. Lean into it, learn from it. Let it change you so completely that the old version of you no longer recognizes the new one. This storm will pass, yes, but what it builds in you will last forever. More storms will come. Life will still bring challenges. But if you grow now, you will be ready later. If you learn to find joy in the rain, you will no longer wait for sunshine to be happy. And once you have walked through enough storms, you stop fearing them. You start to recognize what they mean. And you say, this is my moment to rise again. Because it is no longer about avoiding pain. It is about transforming through it. You were not made to stay still and stay safe. You were created to walk through storms and come out wiser, stronger, and more free. And you will, as long as you don't give up. Right now, it might feel like you're barely holding on, like all you can do is survive. But survival is not weakness. Survival is strength. Every breath you take in the middle of pain is a sign of growth. Every time you choose to believe in yourself while everything around you says not to, you are growing. Holding on is growth. Storms are not a sign that you are failing. They are a sign that you are being prepared, that your breakthrough is being built quietly, behind the scenes. And one day, what looked like destruction will be revealed as the foundation for your next level. You are not the storm. You are the one walking through it. You are not a victim of the chaos. You are the calm within it, the strength, the stillness, the presence. You may feel surrounded by darkness right now, but remember this: beautiful things begin in the dark. Seeds grow beneath the soil. Stars shine in the night. And real strength is born in the moments when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when all you have is your grit and your God. So trust this season. Trust that something meaningful is unfolding, even in the mess. Growth is not far away. It is already happening in your tears, in your trials, in your choice to show up anyway. That is what power looks like. That is what purpose feels like. There comes a moment in life when you realize that growth, healing, and success are not only about what you do. They are also about who walks with you, who is standing beside you when things fall apart, who is speaking life into you when your hope is fading, who celebrates your victories and stays through your losses. Not everyone in your circle is there to support your purpose. Some are weeds. They drain your energy. They hide behind smiles while hoping you fall. Then there are warriors, the ones who fight beside you, the ones who believe in your vision even when you are ready to give up. You have to be intentional about who you allow in your space. This is not about judgment. It is about protection. Your purpose is too precious to be surrounded by voices that distract you, diminish you, or discourage you. You were not born to shrink for someone else's comfort. You were born to rise. And rising requires people who will speak strength when you feel weak, who will remind you of your greatness when life tries to bury it. Weeds grow fast. They show up anywhere. They blend in easily. They look harmless, but over time, they choke out everything that matters. They steal your energy. They cloud your clarity. They block your light. That's what toxic people do. They may wear the mask of friendship or family, but their presence drains your spirit. Their words plant fear. Their behavior pulls you backwards. If you are not careful, they will have you doubting your worth, pausing your dreams, and lowering your standards just to keep the peace. But that is not love. That is not loyalty. That is sabotage pretending to be support. You have to be brave enough to do what many people avoid. Cut the weeds, even if they have been around for years, even if they were once important to you. You cannot rise in life if your environment is full of people committed to staying small. Now look at warriors. Warriors don't compete with you. They work with you. They challenge you not to hurt you, but to sharpen you. They correct you not to shame you, but to keep you aligned with your purpose. They do not fuel your excuses. They confront them. They don't cater to your fears. They remind you of your strength. A real warrior friend will see you at your breaking point and speak life over you. They will stand with you. They will not let you give up. And they will walk through the storm with you, even if no one else notices. Warriors are rare. That's why you have to guard your circle. Because when life gets heavy, and it will, you need people who do not just show up when it is easy. You need people who show up when it's painful, who pray for you when you are silent, who speak hope into you when your faith is fading. That is a warrior circle. Some people love you only when you are easy to love, when you are smiling, successful, and strong. But the ones who love you when you are messy, uncertain, and breaking down, those are the ones you hold close. Warriors are not scared of your darkness. They do not run from your vulnerability. They stay. They lift. They help you fight back. The people around you are either watering your purpose or poisoning your progress. There is no middle ground. You have to choose. Do you want applause from those who keep you small or accountability from those who call you higher? Do you want company that lets you stay comfortable or connection that challenges you to grow? Because you cannot soar if you keep tying your wings to people who are afraid of heights. You were never meant to shrink to fit into tight spaces. You were meant to spread your wings wide, and that means surrounding yourself with people who make space for your growth. Some of the people in your life right now don't want to see you rise. It's not always because they hate you. Sometimes it's because your rising forces them to face their own lack of progress. Your growth exposes their avoidance. Your boldness reminds them of the dreams they abandoned. And rather than rise with you, they will try to pull you down. They will tell you to be more realistic. They will mock your vision. Not because it's weak, but because deep down they know it's strong, and that truth unsettles them. You have to understand that not everyone is meant to walk with you forever. Some people were only meant for a chapter, not the full story. Holding on to them past their time keeps you trapped in cycles you were meant to outgrow. Loyalty is powerful, but blind loyalty is dangerous. Just because someone walked with you in the past doesn't mean they're equipped for your future. Elevation requires evaluation. You have to stop asking whether someone loves you and start asking if they challenge you, if they support your growth, if they respect your purpose. Because the voices you let speak into your present will shape your future. This is not just about friendships. This is about legacy. You don't reach your full potential by walking alone, but you don't find freedom by walking with the wrong people either. You need alignment, you need truth, and you need the courage to make changes even when it's hard. Growth requires pruning. And yes, pruning is painful, but it's also necessary. One of the hardest truths you'll ever face is realizing some people are only committed to the old version of you. They can't handle the version that is healing, growing, dreaming, and becoming. And that's okay. But if you keep shrinking yourself to keep them close, you'll betray the future you were born for. You weren't put here to manage someone else's insecurities. You have a purpose to fulfill. You have dreams to chase. You have a legacy to build. So build your circle with purpose. Surround yourself with people who see your scars and still respect your strength. People who feel your heart, not just hear your words. Warriors live with integrity. They lead with love. And they never let you forget the power that lives inside you. Energy is contagious. That's not just a phrase, it's a truth. Spend enough time with people who complain, and you'll start to complain. Stay around those who gossip, and you'll start to feed off of that negativity. But walk with warriors, those who speak purpose, those who push through pain, those who fall and still rise, and you'll begin to rise too. Warriors don't seek attention. They don't need a spotlight. Their presence alone shifts the atmosphere. Around them, you'll feel safer, stronger, more grounded, and you'll begin to rise not because you were forced, but because you were inspired. That is the power of your environment. You were not meant to walk this path alone, but you were also never meant to carry dead weight. Every new season of your life demands a new level of you, and with that, a new circle. Don't be afraid to outgrow people. Don't feel guilty for raising your standards. You're not being harsh, you're being clear. And clarity is a form of kindness. This is your life, your calling, your legacy. And who you allow close enough to influence your spirit will shape your story more than you know. Choose people who will walk through battles with you. People who pray when you're silent. People who remind you of your strength when you feel weak. Because when life hits, and it will, you won't just rise alone. You'll rise supported. There's a difference between breathing and living, a difference between surviving and rising. Too many people wake up every day just to make it through, to check boxes, to get by. But you weren't born just to survive. You weren't created to crawl through life waiting for pain to stop. There is power inside of you that the world hasn't even seen yet. There is greatness buried beneath your fear, beneath your fatigue, beneath your wounds. And that greatness is ready to rise. But rising isn't comfortable. It means letting go of survival mode. It means refusing to let trauma write the end of your story. It means saying, yes, I've been through it. Yes, I've been knocked down. But this is not where it ends. That is what rising looks like. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up with purpose. It's about deciding that no matter what yesterday held, today I will take one step toward who I'm meant to be. You've made it through things that could have broken you. Do not overlook that. You've endured heartbreak, betrayal, financial hardship, maybe even the loss of someone you loved more than words can explain. You've survived your own self-doubt, your own sabotage. That matters. That is not weakness. That is proof of your strength, even if you didn't feel strong in the moment. But here's what most people never say: survival is only the beginning.